right, my friends, here we go. So, first of all, we're going to talk about different types of numbers. So, you know how there's like fractions and decimals and integers is probably a word you haven't heard in a while. So, we have different types of numbers, okay? So, irrational numbers, those ones are numbers. I like to use the pound sign for numbers. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay. So irrational numbers are numbers that go on forever with no pattern. Like pi. Okay. The P right next to it, that's the shorthand we use for irrational numbers. So you can either write out the irrational or write P, and it means the same thing, okay? Rational numbers are numbers that don't go forever, or they have a pattern. These types of numbers are our fractions. Rational and fraction mean the same thing. So far, so good? Okay, integers are... whole numbers? Oh, wait. No. That's not. Positive and negative whole numbers. So like -5, -6, 1, 2, 3, 0. So numbers without like an extra piece, an extra part of a piece. No decimals or fractions, okay? Whole numbers are 0 and positive. Whole numbers. I told you guys I was going to use the pound sign, and then I wrote out numbers a couple times. So like -2 is an integer but not a whole number, okay? 2 is an integer and a whole number. So whole numbers start at 0 and go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the only difference between whole numbers and natural numbers are that these ones are just positive numbers. Another name for these ones are called the counting numbers, because these are the numbers you learn to count with when you're a little kid, right? You start at 1 and you learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Any questions? Okay, so these are called number sets, and some of them are smaller but fit in to the others. We call those subsets. So like natural numbers are a subset of whole numbers because all of these, right, still fit into this. But this one has an extra one, 0. All right? So what I want us to do, we're going to do 1 or 2 together, and then I'll have you guys try some, is I want to name all the number sets that this number applies to. So -6, tell me a number set that one goes with. Integers. Is there any other ones it's a part of? Rational. Because it still counts as a fraction if it's a whole number. What's the denominator on a whole number? What is it, guys? No? It's 1. If I can't see the denominator, it's always 1. Yeah, I just like to put the shorthands because I get lazy when I write them.
Put a line through it.
Okay. Okay, what about number 7? What number sets does that one go with? Rational. Any others? Nope. I agree. Hey, I forgot real numbers up at the top. Do you see the R up at the top? No. Real numbers are, it's considered any graphable number.
So would it be Q and R?
Yeah, good. So good, Dakota. So you realize this is now Q and R. And same with number 6. That one also should have an R. Basically, all of these types of numbers are real numbers. Okay? Yeah.
So basically, if you classify a number, what you find the first one it is, and then anything like the subset of it, would it be that too?
Exactly. And that's great, Gavin. And that's going to be easier to do once we fill out the Venn diagram in just a minute. Okay? Good. What I want you guys to do is I want you to take a second and I want you to try your best to classify the rest of the ones on this page. Now, you can use your calculator, but here's the one hint I need to give you. You have to simplify before you can classify. Does anybody already see any on here that need to be simplified before we can classify it? Like, which is the first one? Number 10, right? You have to simplify before you can classify. Okay, so take a couple minutes, work with your neighbors, and I want you to classify each of these, okay?